What's up, guys? No, I'm here. What's up, Manny? Good morning, man. Killer. Good morning, Mike, Pat. Oh, wait, let me mute the mic. There we go. Bill, what's up, man? Pat, Tech. Good morning. Expatriated. What's up, bro? Elizabeth. Good morning. John O. Good morning. Cast. Yeah, man. Like I said, Cast. Time heals everything, brother. Time heals everything, man. What's up, Sultan? John. David. Good morning. All right. So, yeah, we got a few stuff moving in pre-market right now. We have AMD gapping up some. We have MGNX gapping up some from 11.11 to 23.10. Now, this is a huge gap up. Over 100% for MGNX. I don't know what's going on with this one. I'll have to look up the news in a second. Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to go tell my kids bye. They're about to go to school. Hold on one second. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I tried to get my wife to do the intro. She said she's too tired, and she's literally walking out the door to bring my kids to school this morning. And so her name was Carol. Positive stage 3 results. Yeah, let's look that up. Let me post my watch list real quick here as well. I do need to post my watch list. Let's see, we have MGNX, which is definitely my main watch. Just a huge gap up here, MGNX. We got AMD again. Also Snap had positive earnings, I think. CGC. Some of the cannabis plays. I don't know if I'm going to trade the opening range breakout. I may kind of go back to my roots and start trading the VWAP fade and stuff like that this morning. It just depends. And maybe a VWAP bounce here. So I'm probably going to go back to my roots and just start trading those. And what do you guys think? There we go. There's my watch list. What's up, James? Good morning, man. Yeah, I'm also trying to quit smoking those electric cigarettes. I'm trying to quit smoking those e-cigs. And so I have a little bit of CBD here that I'm using to try to quit. Texas did legalize CBD through the Farm Bill. At least the nation legalized it through the Farm Bill. And so I'm vaping a little bit of CBD to try to quit smoking those electric cigarettes. Maybe it'll help my anxiety as well. Yeah, I don't think anybody knows Hindi language here. What's up, Two-Way? What's up, man? What's up, brother? Yeah, I didn't see you the last few days, Two-Way. I was wondering if you quit the stream, bro. Yeah, it makes sense, Manny. I mean, I used to love the stocks under $10, but eventually I had to kind of give them up. Nice. I hope it went well, man. I hope it went well. All right, so let's look up some news. Like I said, MGNX, crazy gap here, gapping up over 100%. Somebody said it was positive phase 3 trial results. Yeah, so it announced positive. It announced positive results from the pivotal phase 3 Sophia study of Margit Uximab. Hard to pronounce, but positive stage 3 results from the Sophia study. The biodrug did improve progression-free survival compared to Herceptin when used in combination with chemotherapy in patients with HER2 plus metastatic breast cancer. BLA submission targeted for the second half of this year, and they are going to be hosting a conference call today at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that is in about 40 minutes. They're going to be holding a conference call at the Open. And so it's interesting to watch this one to see where it's going to go. And yeah, like I said, curious to see where it's going to go. I'll be right back, guys. Give me like 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. Yeah, we'll see what we get with Snap. Um, John O said I have a lot of CBD hemp flower. Yeah, man, it's actually a weird story. My wife and I went to like the vape store to look for like a thing for like our vapes, and they pulled out hemp CBD flower, and it looks just like regular weed, right? It looks just like weed, smells like weed, and everything like that. And I would have gotten some, but like the problem is I'm in Texas, and like if I'm smoking hemp flower, then it's gonna look like I'm smoking weed. And like I have 2 kids, I don't want to look like I'm smoking weed. I don't want neighbors to get weird with me and think I'm like blowing down over here at my house. And so I just didn't get it. But it looked just like weed, smelled just like weed, and I guess it was weed, just no THC in it. It was weird, man. It was weird. But they did legalize it here in Texas, hemp at least. All right, but yeah, MGNX positive phase 3 study results. They're actually having a conference today at 8:30 market time, which was an hour and a half ago, and that's probably making it push up here. Or that was like 25 minutes ago, sorry. So yeah, their conference was 25 minutes ago. It is pushing up since then. We also have Snap. A bunch of people saying to short Snap. Snap had positive earnings, right? Didn't they have earnings come out yesterday? Right at the end of market day. Let's see. So yeah, Snap had positive earnings. It beat the Q4 estimates, and shares are up because of a smaller loss. So it did report fourth quarter 2018 loss of 4 cents per share, which is actually lower than what they expected, what the Zacks consistent estimate of about 8 cents was. So shares are up about 25% right now in pre. Revenue was up 36.4% from a year ago quarter to $389.8 million. So Snap's actually doing okay. A lot of people thought Snap was going to fail, and it's up significantly. I don't know about this one. I'm just going to wait for the open to happen to see how I want to approach this one as well. Like I said, we got the cannabis plays that are down some. In pre, Cron is down from 2183 to 2080. ACB down. CGC is down. APHA down. So the cannabis plays are down some in pre-market. The SPY is about break even. Just about break even. It closed at 273.10 and it's at 272.87. So it's down about 23 cents or so. But it looks almost break even relative to like the range of it yesterday. We also have a few down gappers like ARLO. Gapping down from 757 to 538. EA gapping down from 92.52 to 79. A big gap down for EA. And as somebody that plays video games, I really think EA is going downhill. I like some of their games. I love playing the UFC 3 game that they have right now, but like most of their other games are just filled with microtransactions, and it's just I think they're going downhill. I think they're getting too greedy, and so we'll see. Maybe that caused poor earnings and revenue for EA. NBEV down as well. And we can look at a few other gappers here. I see more expensive stocks moving than cheaper stocks. ZEN is gapping up. CPRI gapping up some. PLT, EYEN, low volume but gapping up some for EYEN. TRVG, which is Trivago, gapping up some. TRVN, CSIQ, FATE, SWKS. So we got a few gappers here. Most of them are more expensive though. MRNS gapping, low volume though. MNKD, HCLP, QUIK, GM. So yeah, we got some movement. GM gapping up, General Motors. But yeah, MGNX probably the bigger percentage move that's gapping up. Yeah, but with that, Jason, they had better earnings. They had a narrower loss of than they did last year, and revenue was up. So they had a smaller loss than expected. I think they thought they were going to lose 8 cents per share, and they ended up losing 4. And so they did have a smaller than expected loss, and revenue did push up 36.4% to $389.8 million for Snap. And so even if they have the same amount of users, they found something to make them more money with it. We'll see. Right, Tech. Listen, man, I like some of EA's games, man. Don't get me wrong. I like some of EA's games. I play EA UFC 3 almost every day, right? But the problem is that like the new Star Wars Battlefront games, tons of microtransactions. I love the first one. Didn't even bother buying the second one after the reviews. I used to love the Battlefield games. Quit playing it after Battlefield 4. They've gotten worse and worse. And so yeah, man, as a video game player, I think EA's going downhill. I think they're getting greedy, and they're letting big corporate make their decisions. But yeah, like I said, guys, I don't know if I'm going to trade. Yeah, but you're talking about the what's the big game with the mechs? Titanfall. You're talking about the Titanfall spinoff. They literally put out a Titanfall game that didn't have Titans in it. How crazy is that, man? Titanfall was fun, too. I used to play Titanfall 1. I never played it after that, but I used to play the first one. Maybe I'm getting older and I don't play as many video games, but the first one was cool. It depends on what broker you're using, Killer. Some people can. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could trade from your phone. I mean, with those two. All right, AMD's up. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to trade the opening range breakout today. I could, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to stick with the fade and kind of get back to my roots. Look for good risk-reward trades, try to have good accuracy, and try to let that help my account. That's what I'm shooting for here. And so, maybe start trading some size with some VWAP fades. We'll see. But that's kind of what I'm thinking right now with these. Another idea is that maybe I can start looking at just the more volatile stocks and looking to trade fades with the more volatile stocks. But like, look at MGNX here. This one's pushing up huge. You download the phone app, man. You go to trade on them. MGNX pushing up to 25.23. Yeah, I heard good things about Anthem. I've heard good things and bad things. Anthem looks awesome, but a lot of people saying it's not. Didn't they have the open beta for Anthem last weekend? But yeah, Jason said I need to quit the vape. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to quit those electric cigarettes. Like, I have CBD, but like, I'm just trying to quit the electric cigarettes. Maybe it wasn't you, Jason. Let me see who it was. Somebody said I need to quit. Oh, it was Mike. Sorry. It was Mike. Yeah, man. I agree, dude. That's probably the worst thing I do for you. That's probably the worst thing I do. The thing that's the most bad for me is those electric cigarettes. They're just terrible for you. Yeah, man. That 100+% gain on MGNX looked good, though. Definitely a nice gain for it. And MGNX is tradable on TradeNet and TEFs. MGNX is tradable. I wanted to test it to make sure. Snap is tradable. AMD is tradable. All the cannabis plays are tradable. ARLO is tradable. EA tradable. So almost everything on my watch list is tradable today. Everything that's significantly moving. Somebody else talked about WORX. And it had a big move yesterday. It didn't really hold any of its gains, though. I mean, it's up about, 80 cents or so in pre-market, but it never really held most of its gains. So maybe WORX. Like I said, EYEN looks okay. It's gapping up from 418 to 460, although the volume's a little bit low for EYEN. PLT gapping up some on low volume. Aside from that, I mean, that's basically it. There's MGNX, Snap. Snap. EA down. PULM, which looks like some type of split. Looks like a 10-1 split, maybe. Maybe a little bit bigger, 15-1 maybe. Let's look this one up. But PULM is gapping up some from the split. Yeah, it's a 1-for-10 reverse stock split, which is what I kind of expected. So interesting here for PULM. Like I said, we got PLT gapping up some on low volume, CPRI gapping with low volume. But man, MGNX continues this move here. MGNX still moving up. Still pushing up here. Man. This one closed at $11, and so this one's up. If they can get up over 30, it's up. I mean, it's up about 250% right now, so it was just a huge move. And I know it had positive study data, but man, I don't know if it was this good. Like, I'll have to look. They had a conference at 8:30 this morning, and so about an hour or about 35 minutes ago. And so it must have been good news for it, but man, I just don't know if this is significant enough to make this move as big as it is, you know. Yeah, these are trade ideas, Eddie. Yeah, I'm 30. But yeah, I'm in the Houston area too. I'm North Houston. But man, MGNX still pushing up. Yeah, I can post the link for Trade Ideas, Eddie. I think they're having their winter test drive thing going on right now. So like, here, let me see if I could find it. So it's like you can try out Trade Ideas for like a week for like a cheaper price. So like here, let me get it for you. Yeah, so if you do want to check out Trade Ideas, I'll post that link here. Like I said, they got their winter test drive thing going on right now. And so I think you can get it for like a week for like $8 or $10 just to like try it out. And so I can post that here as well. So yeah, if you want to check out that winter test drive, just go to that link right there. MGNX had a conference, BJ. MGNX had a conference. It had positive phase 3 study results in a conference at 8:30 market time. Aloha, Justin. What's up, man? But yeah, killer, man. Welcome to the stream, brother. Welcome to the stream. But chill out with the emojis, man. Chill out with the smiley faces and stuff. You got family in Cyprus? Yeah, I'm like Cyprus. I'm like a little bit more west of Cyprus. I'm not like I'm North Houston. Like I'm not actually technically in Houston. I'm just on one of the suburbs north of Houston. If you know Houston, you can probably guess what suburb I am, North Houston. But did I modify the scanners or those stocks? No, these are just generic scanners that Trade Ideas give you. You know, if you go to the pre-market section, they'll give you 2 gap scanners, and these are just the 2 gap scanners. 4 a.m., man. That's commitment, Justin. That's commitment, man. I don't know if I could do that. Yeah, the market opens up at 8:30 for me, like 8:30 in the morning for me. I'm in Central Time, but man, I don't know if I could do 3 or 4 a.m. That's rough. I mean, I don't know if. I mean, listen, like I listened to the State of a Union address, but I don't know if any of it was super relevant to the market. I mean, a lot of it was like talking about overseas. I guess that could affect it, but from what I saw, I don't know how much it's going to affect the market. It might, but we'll see. I mean, I just don't think much of it was business related. The State of the Union. You know, like I watched it, but I don't think much of it was business related. Yeah, I always wanted to live in Hawaii, man, for sure. I have not, Bill. And here's the thing, like I can't actually show you guys Holly's picks, right? Like when I talked to Trade Ideas, and like Trade Ideas was super chill with me, and they were really nice, and they said I could stream their scans, but the one thing they said I could not stream was their Holly data. They said I could stream whatever else, I just couldn't stream their Holly data. Nice, Justin. AMD is spiking up though here. MGNX still climbing here. You know, the higher pre-market is right there at around $29 even. It's up to 28.22, so it's about now it's up to 28.40s, man. So it's about 60 cents away from breaking the highs of pre-market. Just a massive move for MGNX. AMD also spiking up a little bit here, up to 23.70. Nice one. Yeah, I still get lost in Houston if I'm being honest though. I'm originally from Louisiana, and I moved to Houston. I don't know, almost a decade ago. But I still get lost in Houston for sure. All right, so there it goes. MGNX testing that pre-market high right now. It just broke it actually. It's up to 29.40s. So man, MGNX is running here. This thing's got a ton of volume. Huge percentage move right now. Ridiculous percentage move. It's almost up, 200% right now. So ah, Big Head from Silicon Valley, man. I love that show, dude. One of my favorite shows. All right, it's up to $30. MGNX still moving up. It's up to $30 now. Just a crazy move here for MGNX. Just an absolutely ridiculous move. This thing's up 200% now. Yeah, Killer. Just chill out with the emojis, man. Happy to have you here in the stream, but not so many smiley faces, brother. Yeah, like I said, man, too many emojis, brother. They're crowding the chat, dude. I don't know, man. I mean, I tend to like to wait for the open to happen before I trade, but it's all subjective, man. Some people like more, some people like trading pre-market more, some people like waiting for the open. I just think they have more volume and more momentum and after the bell rings as opposed to before. But like I said, it's all kind of subjective. What's up, Brady? Everybody tell Brady good morning this morning. Everybody tell Brady good morning. Um, MGNX had positive phase 3 study results or positive phase 3 trial results for MGNX, and it also had a conference about 45 minutes ago at 8:30. And so it also had a conference 45 minutes ago, but it had positive phase 3 trial results. And it's up and showing it for sure. Huge move. PLUM. Oh, PULM. Yeah, PULM is just a 10-to-1 reverse split is what this one is. I mean, so it looks like a crazy move, but it's just a reverse split. It's up a little bit from there, but it's just a reverse split. All right, now for MGNX, though, this is an interesting level here. You know, this $30 level right here, it's kind of testing it, trying some here. 29 and 30, so interesting level, huge range. Gonna be a little scary to actually trade it just because the range is so big for MGNX. NVLN. Yeah, NVLN doesn't look bad here. I didn't notice NVLN, but yeah, NVLN doesn't look bad. You can see the gap up. What else? AMRS. Doesn't look bad either. It has some volume at least. This was the mover from yesterday. Still not tradable for me. Let's see what is going on with AMRS though. I mean, this is a huge move in the last few days. I want to see what's causing AMRS to move up this much because, I mean, it was at $3 yesterday and now it's up to, what is it, 8 now? The company announced a collab deal focused on developing, licensing, and commercializing cannabinoid products. So AMRS apparently is a cannabis stock. They say the deal is valued at $255 million, and the partner is confidential. So interesting here for AMRS. I mean, that's good news, but you know, whether it's actually going to hold these gains is another story for AMRS. Yeah, man, I was actually looking at that one, Cargo. That one was funny, man. What's up, Jack? What's up, AR? Yeah, I stay on. I stay on, Manny. Yeah, I mean, I do this every morning. So, like, in the morning, I'll review what's moving, and then I'll trade live when the bell rings. So you'll be able to watch me trade. What's up, Casey? What's up, brother? What's up, Ashton? Hey, appreciate the $5 donation, Mike. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man. I should probably turn my volume up so I can hear this. Appreciate all the new subs today as well. But yeah, appreciate the $5 super chat, Mike. Thanks, brother. Appreciate the support, man. That's awesome, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, Manny, I'm not an expert or a guru or anything like that, man. Like, I'm still learning to trade myself, and so I'm just here so traders can see what it's like for somebody, trading the market. What's up, Dean? Good morning, man. Hey, appreciate it, Mike. Thanks, brother. MGNX still breaking these highs, man. Still breaking these highs. It's up to 30.23 now. Huge move here. But like I said, the range is so big. And the range is so big that it's a little scary to trade this thing. Because, the range is like $20 right now in pre-market. So it's just a huge range for it. Yeah, gonna watch the Cannabis plays again today. Most of them pushed up the last week or so, but they dropped some yesterday. And so you can see CGC down, ACB down, NBEV down, APHA down, SPY. Yeah, you were just put in timeout, man. It after 300 seconds, it unlocks you again. So after 5 minutes, so it takes 5 minutes to get unlocked, man. But yeah, just no more emojis, man. It just crowds up the stream. If you send emojis again, I'm just gonna ban you again, man. So we appreciate having you here. Just no more emojis. No more emojis, bro. It just crowds up the stream. It makes it too crowded. All right, so yeah, the SPY is down. Looks like it's down about 17 cents. Not super volatile or anything, but it is down. Actually, no, more than that. It's down 27 cents. Sorry. So we'll see what we get with the SPY. Like I said, I'm probably not going to trade the opening range breakout. I might go back to paper trading it. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go back to paper trading the opening range and then stick with the VWAP fade for my regular account for now. Just because the results are still mixed with it. And so I think I need to study it a little bit more before I really attack it with real money. Yeah, for sure. I think it's got to give some of it up. Are you going to be looking at put options, John? It's probably unlocked right now, Killer. It's probably unlocked right now. Yeah, let's see what we got for options. I'm curious how much options are going to be for this one. They do have options. They got a put option for 25.40. Or no, wait, they got a put option. Wow. Options are expensive, which is understandable. Yeah, just too expensive. Yeah, the cheapest one, and it makes sense why, but like there's a $25 put option. It's just the odds aren't necessarily in your favor for this. Like most of the ones I'm looking at, I just don't think they're favorable prices for MGNX. There's a $25 strike price, but really it has to hit $11 to break even. And so it's got to completely fill this gap plus some, and it doesn't seem like that's going to be favorable odds. Most of these aren't, you know. Maybe it'll update after the bell. So I'm guessing actually it'll probably update after the bell. But still, I just don't like the options they have for MGNX, at least on Robinhood right now. I know, aren't they terrible, Brady? Those things are terrible, man. I'm not buying any of those. You know? I mean, and listen, if they had one for like 40, if they had one for like, hold on, let me look. If they had one for like $4 an option, I would consider it. You know what I mean? If they had one for like $4, like $3 or $4 an option, like I would consider it. Get 100 with a strike price of like 25, 28. I would probably buy it. But the only one they have a strike price for is $25 on MGNX, and really break even's $11, and it's $14 an option. There's no way I'm buying that. Just too ridiculous of prices, man. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, John. They might update once the bell rings. Right, I would like 28. I would take it at 28, man. If it was a put option, I mean. You know, I really think it's going to give up probably down to at least 20 is what I'm thinking. Within the next month or so, it'll probably at least be down to 20 is what I think. But those prices are just not favorable. All right, guys, we got 3 minutes. 3 minutes, guys. Yeah, I just don't know how much this thing's gonna push up. I mean, it had good news, but you know, it's just up so much. You know, it's up on positive phase 3 trial results, and that's great and everything, but it's just up a ton. They must have said something good for their conference they had an hour ago at 8:30. All right, guys, we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let me get the scans up and get ready. All right. Let's do it. NVLN doesn't look bad either. If you like these penny stocks, NVLN doesn't look bad. All right, guys, we got about a minute left. About 10 seconds. Or about a minute and 10 seconds. Are you long or short, Eddie? Some of these are built. Like, I customized mine. Like, I built this one, breaking out on volume, and I think Mitch built the high of the day momentum scanner. The massive volume and low float was already a prerequisite one. It was a generic one that they had, and these three all were generic ones that they had. I think I might have built the daily lows one, but these. So I did. I built a few of them. All right, guys. Bell's opening up in 15 seconds. Good luck, guys. Going to be watching Snap, MGNX, AMD at the open this morning. Overall market as well. Here's the bell. All right, there it goes. Let's do it. Hey, well, shorts actually, I kind of like a short, Eddie, so I hope it works out for you, man. All right, AMD pushing up. Overall market. All right, AMD spiking up. Overall market is up some as well. MGNX is up. Snap is down. All right, cannabis plays are down some. Snap rebounding, AMD up. CAW popping up on the scanners. All right, so AMD is up. I mean, I'm just looking at a few of these. APHA is up. The other cannabis stocks are rebounding some here. NBEV's down. MTSI rebounding. SPY is pushing. ACB is pushing. Yeah. MGNX. All right, Snap pushing back. Pulling back some here. CAW, like I said, popping up on the scanners. The SPY's up nicely here. The SPY's running back up here, so maybe it is getting affected well from the State of the Union. Snap is down, though. Looks weak. AMD's looking strong, though. SPY's pushing up. Look at the SPY this morning, guys. Very strong. All right, I'm looking at Snap for a short if it pulls back to the VWAP with the risk of, I don't know, either 870, maybe 875 or so. Want to see it kind of build a little bit stronger trend, and I don't mind waiting for it on the downside. So if I was going to tip the opening range breakout, my range would be from 24.15 down to 23.55. And so about 60 cents. Too big of a range. Just unreasonable risk reward, I think. I mean, depending on what the market does, of course, but yeah, there goes MGNX. Pulled back, which is what to be expected, you know. Watching Snap here, if it pulls back to the VWAP, I might get it for a VWAP fade. Like I said, with a risk of about 75, so about 15-cent risk, a reward down at 835, so about 25-cent reward, almost 2 to 1. MGNX looks like it's giving it back though, which is kind of what I expected. What's up, Seven? What's up, man? Anik, yeah, man, I think I'm going to take a step back from trading the opening range. I'm just going to paper trade it and start testing it a little bit more. It just hasn't been super reliable lately, and I don't want to keep trading it if it's not working. So it doesn't look like a bad VWAP bounce, though. I will say that. All right, so Snap is back to the VWAP here. Let's get in with 250. Watching it, though, I don't know if I like this move back up. Yeah, I don't like Snap anymore. It pushed up a little bit too much there. Watching some of the Cannabis plays, they're starting to give it back some. SPY, big pullback here. All right, well, the SPY pulled all the way back to the VWAP. So it is giving it back some here. I don't think you could buy another intro account, Dean, but you want to ask them first. AMRS. I mean, it's not really what I would call one just because it kind of went right up to the VWAP and bounced off of it. I'd usually look for a downward trend first. All right, well, the SPY's back down to the lows here. This should affect the overall market. If it pulls back to a 532 maybe for AMRS. One I'm looking at, I don't know if I can trade it, is ARLO. I can trade it. So I'm kind of looking at ARLO here. If it pulls back to 494, I could set a risk at 510, about 15 cents or 16 cents. Risk level or reward level down to 460. So that doesn't look terrible for ARLO. We'll just see if it gets up there. But yeah, SPY breaking the lows here. SPY just broke down under the lows of the day. The only problem with ARLO is I don't want it to be too extended on the downside when I try this. And it's down some here, right around the lows. Lows are at 459. So a huge gap down. I don't know if I want to risk. I don't know how much room it's going to have actually on the downside here. But we'll see if we get a bounce back to the VWAP. Pretty tight risk. But yeah, SPY broke the lows. Cannabis stocks are a little choppy today. right? So ARLO just broke the lows of like the last year. That low was at 459 or 455 or something right around there. SPY pulling back though. We'll see if it bounces at the VWAP. AMD could be a VWAP bounce here as well. Have to set a risk at these lows right here. Maybe here. Reward level back up here at 2410. Doesn't look terrible. Yeah, ARLO just getting hit before it really gave me an entry there. Nice, Eddie. Hey, congrats, man. Nice work, brother. What did MGNX end up doing here? Yeah, it washed out some. Nice work, though. Good trade. I don't hate the risk here for AMD if you get in on a bounce, but it's got to break over, preferably hold some of these levels of support. With the SPY down, it may be a little risky to go long in it though. ACB washing out. Cron back down to the lows. We'll see what it does there. SPY bouncing back some. ACB, Cron, all dropping. Cannabis plays are dropping some. So if they bounce back to the VWAP, I don't hate that as well. Nice job, Pat. Good job, brother. APHA down. Cannabis plays bouncing down. So any pullback to the VWAP I'll consider now with these cannabis plays. Because ACB down, Cron down. NBEV kind of holding it a little bit better. APHA down. The range is just much bigger with these now. Cannabis plays dropping. Look at some of these. Gonna look for some pullbacks to the VWAP now with a tight risk. Cron maybe set a risk of 27 here. VWAP's dropping quick though. Maybe you could use this 2109 level as risk. CGC down. So the cannabis plays are dropping some. SPY bouncing back a little bit. APHA, if it gets up to 10.07, I don't hate a risk of like 10.16 or so for about 10 cents. Reward level down at 85 for about 20-cent reward. I don't hate that. It's got to get back up there though to 10.07. Nice, Mikhail. Good job, brother. What did Snap end up doing? Yeah, Snap ended up doing a washout long, broke over the highs. Glad I didn't take that fade. ACB's pulling back to the VWAP here. Same thing with Cron. I like APHA. I don't mind getting in with 200 shares of APHA right here. Not the best fill, but I don't hate that one. Alright, so I'm in with 200 shares of APHA. So get that follow through back down to the lows if it can break under 10 again. Like I said, risk in this one is up here at about 10.15 or so. Reward levels down here at about 9.85 or so. And so my risk is about 10 cents. My reward is about 20 cents. And so it doesn't look terrible. There we go. Nice break. See if it holds under this whole dollar. I think this is a big level here. Trying to hold over that whole dollar. Let's see if it gets weak here again and washes out. I like my entry. My entry's not terrible. It's down to 98. See if it holds under this whole dollar now at $10. It depends on the share size. They're roughly $3-4 a round trip, so pretty cheap. All right, so a spike up here. Like I said, my risk in this one is at about 15. I like the rejection. We'll just see if it holds this now. It's back down to 10, back up to 05, so doesn't look like it's holding it. Like I said, though, it was good risk reward. Just going to hold it to my risk. What's up, Todd? Good morning, man. It was a good risk reward. Like I said, I could use this level as my risk up here at about 10.15. Reward level can be down here at 85. So it was favorable risk reward. Back down to 10. That's good. We'll see if it actually breaks underneath it now. We want to see it break under 10 and then hold that level as resistance is what we want to see. There we go, 98. There we go, nice break there. Let's see it hold on to this level now. It looks weak. $95. Like I said, reward target's right at around 85 or so. So it needs to drop about another 10 cents for me to get that full reward target now. Let's see it hold this whole $1.10 as resistance is what we want to see right here. $97. There we go, $96. $95. All right, broke 10 again. Cron getting hit though. Cron may have been a little bit better one, but I like the risk reward in APHA a little bit better. It's a little bit easier to look at. Look at NBEV though, guys. NBEV is getting slammed here. Wow. Hopefully that should help me out here. Let's see if we get a washout here, but a massive drop on NBEV, a big drop. Cron testing the lows as well, so it should be good for me. $95s. $94s. Let's see if we get a significant drop here. Like I said, reward target is right at about 85 or so. Building a little bit of support here at around 95. Snap washing out, giving some back. Cron still testing those lows there. All right, so I just took some profits there at about 90, 91. Just going to let the rest work here. I've already taken profits. There's a nice drop down to 89. And now I can just let it test these lows here with a relatively safe trade. If it breaks these lows, that's great. And if not, I can get out for at least break even at the very least with this point, with this fade. Let's just see if it can crack these lows, or if it bounces here. There's 88s. Let's just see if it's going to break the lows here, if it bounces. It could very likely bounce here, but there's it testing the lows. Give it a little bit of time. Probably going to bounce here, I'm guessing, though. Hopefully it doesn't, obviously, but this is the most logical reversal point right here at these lows of the day. We got NBEV washing out more here. All right, so it bounced a little bit. We'll see if it pulls back to test these lows now. It's at 93s. Probably should have taken a little bit larger sizing, I'm guessing, with this one. All things considered. But the way the opening range breakout's been treating me, I think I just wanted to get a green trade under my belt and get back to trading the fade. I'll probably start bigger sizing in tomorrow. Maybe charts. Maybe, man. I don't know. I have to look into it and test it. Let's see if we get a pullback and tested these lows. That's kind of what we're looking for now. Pulling back a little bit. We'll see what it does here. It's at 91, which is good. Let's see if we can break under 90 again. Hold that big level as resistance now. It's got to break the lows, though. Mine was 2,700, Dean. All right, there's the low of break under 90. Let's see if we can crack these lows now. It's testing it, but we'll see if we can actually get a crack here. All right, there's 89s. It's going to try for these lows. There's 88s. Looks like it's going to test it again. 87s. I wanted to hold it and let it test these lows again. Let's see if it actually breaks. There's 86s. Testing the low of the day now. Let's see if we get a big break here. Looks to be a triangle forming on CGC as well, so that should be good for me. It's down to 86. Testing the lows now. Very obvious reversal point, though. If it reverses, it could reverse here as well. Fake out of the lows, so we'll give it a little bit of time. There's 85s, broke it. All right, so if it breaks under this and holds, next level is 75 or so. It's at 84 now. $83s. All right, I got out of it for a $31 gain. The reason why is looking at the chart, it may bounce right here at 80s, right here, for this low of pre-market. If it breaks under that, it may be really weak, but I don't want to risk it. Should have taken a little bit larger sizing, and so I'm just going to take the green trade and be finished with it. Start looking at some other stuff now. Got to get back up in sizing, though. Yeah, I mean, and it broke under this level that I was looking at, but at the same time, you got to think about it in probabilities, right? Like the most obvious reversal point at that point is this low of pre-market right here at 81, maybe this 875 level, which is the level I originally gave myself, and it got down there, so maybe I should have stuck to my original level, but green is good, and I'll take it. But some nice fades for the cannabis plays today. Beautiful fades. You can see CGC here. Beautiful fade right here. Picture perfect. Tight risk, maybe up here, maybe at 47, the whole dollar. Reward level at least down to 46, so good risk reward for that one at least. Because it's all about risk reward, Paul. So like, with the VWAP fade, it usually gives you favorable risk reward, right? So like in this case, I could use this level here at 10.15 is my risk. And so if I get in at 10.05, 10 cents is my risk from 10.15 or from 10.05 to 10.15, 10 cent risk, right? And the reward level was down at the previous low of the day, so 9.85, right? So I have a 20 cent reward. Yeah, 20 cent reward. And so it's 2 to 1. My risk is 10 cents. My reward is 20 cents. And so even if I'm only right half the time, it's still going to be profitable in the long run. And so I just tried to stick with the closest to that risk reward that I gave myself. Yeah, it's time though. I got to scale up. It's time to use bigger sizing with it. The fade has always done me pretty well in the market. And so it's time to scale up a little bit. Yeah, EA is just sideways. It's just choppy. NBEV bouncing back up, though. NBEV probably got hit the hardest out of most of these cannabis plays. But look at this bounce here. But it's nice to get back to the fade. I mean, I've been trading the fade for a while now, and it's super reliable strategy. But it's nice to be back to it. Since I'm done, if anybody's interested in using TradeNet, which is the broker that I just used right now, you can get 10% off if you go through my link. And so the intro package I think is like $4.50. And so if you want to use the broker that Mitch and I use on a daily basis, I'll post the link in the chat. And if you want to help support the channel, you can go through the link, and we make a commission from it. So if you want to use the broker we do, you can check out that link I just posted. Yeah, MACK popping up on the scanners here. Getting a little bit of volume. It's kind of a weird looking one today, though. $9 million, so a tiny float, huh, two-way. Yeah, man. I mean, it looks like it. The volume just looks weird right now, though. I'm not trading it. That's tough, Mike. But yeah, I mean, the cannabis sector overall was down. If you look at like CGC, beautiful VWAP fade on CGC, ACB, nice fade there. NBEV, a little bit of a fade, and obviously APHA. I actually think APHA was one of the better looking ones. Maybe CGC was a little bit better, but APHA was good. Yeah, there's no PDT rule. I can trade as much as I want, Mike. And that's what I really think TradeNet's good for. You know, I think TradeNet's good for new traders learning to trade, getting away from the PDT rule and spending the time using small sizing. I think that's what TradeNet's really good for. Yeah, AMRS, somebody else asked me about that one. I don't know if I would consider that the first one a fade. This one, because it's in a bullish trend, right? So it's just getting rejected at the VWAP. I like the second one. The second one was nice here. And I actually said if it gets back up there, it might be a fade. So the second one was actually really pretty here because you can use the previous high as your risk at 540. And so you got about a 15-cent risk. And then your reward level's down here at like 5. And so your reward level's down at like 5, 495, 2 to 1 reward to risk on it. So it didn't look terrible. AMD is actually testing these lows. Yeah, that's right. PR fire, no PDT rule. And just to show everybody what I mean by like risk reward, my risk is up to this line here, right? So if I get in at the VWAP, this is my risk, right? My reward level is down to that previous low of the day, so my reward level is down here. And so my reward is much bigger than my risk, 2 to 1 in this example. And those are the levels I actually went to, so... I only profited about 1.5 to 1, but I'll take it. And yeah, I mean, NBEV's right at the VWAP. AMD finally breaking under the lows here. Or at least trying. Let's see if it did. Testing it right now. Right at this low level. Like I said, though, the opening range breakout has not been doing me well lately. So, like, I'll have to look at it and see what I'm going to do. Yeah, no, I just mean intraday open trend, right? I just mean a bullish move at the open two-way. So, like, what was it? What was the example? AMRS. So, yeah, like, I just mean, like, with a fade, right, you'll see, like, APHA. Like, fades, you want to see, like, a downward move, like a downward trend starting. Intraday trend is what I mean, right? So, like, if I remove all of this, For APHA, you get this big downward move here. That's when I start looking for the fade. And so I start looking for a bounce back up to the VWAP so I can get in short right there and then get that one-to-one target down there. And so that's exactly what I got from it. But yeah, AMD finally broke under those lows. I think that it's just a little bit unreasonable risk reward with this one, right? When your opening range is like 60 cents, it's just a little unreasonable to expect to get 60 cents from the opening range. And it may give it to us, but like I said, I just don't know if that's a reasonable expectation from it. So like what I might do is like days when the opening range is relatively small, I might take it in anticipation of it if the opening range is small. But if the opening range is over like 40 cents, I'll probably just skip it that day. I think that's an understandable way to approach it, because if you look at the 5-minute chart, like I said, the opening range was about 55, 60 cents. So just a huge candle. And I would, in order to get that full risk reward, I would have to get back down at 23. So I'd have to get all the way back down here, which seems okay, judging it off of the support and resistance of the chart. But like I said, I think it may be just a little bit of an unrealistic expectation to get this full 60-cent opening range breakout from it. And so I either need to figure out a different way to approach the trade or just skip it when the opening range is this large, when it has a huge opening range like this. Cron actually looks interesting here. I mean, if Cron gets back to the VWAP, doesn't look terrible. Let's look at it. So yeah, if Cron gets back up here to 2035, you can set a risk level of about 73 or so. So about 40-cent risk, and then a reward level of down here to 40, so about $1 reward, so a little bit better than 2-to-1. So like a risk level of this, reward level of this, entering here. So your risk would be this, your reward level would be that. Maybe not quite 2-to-1. Maybe down here might have been better. What did MACK end up doing? Still pushing up, low volume though. Gaming companies, yeah, EA. I noticed EA moving. Kind of choppy though. Maybe a little bit of a triangle forming here if I see this correctly. Let's see if we can draw it. Wedge maybe. A little bit of a wedge there for EA. Yeah, AMD is getting hit here. Is the SPY moving down? Yeah, SPY getting hit, kind of dragging everything else down. AMD down, cannabis stocks down. PTI popping up on the scanners. SPY continuing to move down here. Yeah, PTI actually looks strong. It used to be tradable. I don't know if it's going to still be tradable. No, it's not. But PTI pushing up. up to 361. So if you can trade it, PTI's moving. Cannabis plays are down some as well. SPY moving down, AMD moving down. Yeah, there goes APHA. Maybe I got out early. I stuck to my plan. I got better than 1-to-1 reward to risk on it, so not upset about it or anything. But gonna watch it. Activision. Nice fade there on Activision too. Yeah, Justin. I mean, it looks good now, but like I said, to get that full 1-to-1 reward to risk target on AMD, it would have to get all the way down to 23. And so that, like I said, I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but it might be a little unreasonable. At this point, it's only gotten about half. It's gotten about 0.5-to-1 reward to risk, or so like your reward would be only half of what your risk is. So like I don't know if I like it. The range is just too big on it. I think that's what's been catching me with the opening range, is just the range has been too large. A little bit unreasonable of an expectation from it. NVLN. I mean, it's just kind of sideways right now. If it breaks under the lows, I'd look for it to see if it fills some of this gap. But right now, it's just a little sideways. You know, if it breaks under those lows, I'd start to watch it. Or if it breaks over these highs. See if it fades maybe off the VWAP some there. Gets rejected at the $0.50 maybe. But yeah, the cannabis plays are getting hit. I'm pretty sure the SPY's washing too, huh? Now the SPY bouncing a little bit here, but it's been dropping most of the day. NIO popping up on the scanners. NIO, nice VWAP bounce here. Look at this VWAP bounce. Pretty bounce right here. So a nice bounce on NIO. It's starting to push. Smaller range stock, but it's moving some. CGC getting hit, so we should see some of the cannabis stocks starting to drop. CGC breaking these lows here. Big washout. Beautiful fade, though, for a lot of these cannabis plays. getting some downward momentum from them. So CGC, Cron, ACB, APHA, the one I was into, still dropping some. Maybe missed out on about 10 cents there for APHA, 10, 15 cents. But the cannabis plays continue to drop. Yeah, nice little VWAP bounce this morning too. I'm telling you, the VWAP plays have been in play for sure. Yeah, I know. I'm watching APHA tank. Like I said, though, I mean, I'm not going to be able to get the full move out of anything. And with APHA, it was just about getting the risk to reward. I got to be a little strict with myself on like maximizing the risk reward when I do trade it. And I got the 2-to-1. When I got in APHA, like if you look at it, I got in APHA and my reward target was at about 85 or so. And so I actually got it down to about 80. I got a little bit better than it. But yeah, this was my original reward target, was at about right here. And so it broke under that, held as resistance. I probably could have held some, but I'm not upset with myself for getting that 1-to-1 or getting that 2-to-1 reward target on it. PTI pulling back a little bit. Right, exactly, Todd. Right, Paul. That's kind of what I'm going for. I just got to stick with the plan. I don't want to get greedy with it, and of course, I missed out on some with it, but I got what I was looking for with it. I'll put it that way. Yeah, green is good, man. Green is good. I'll take it. But like I said, if anybody's interested in using the broker that Mitch and I use and that I use today, you can check out TradeNet. You can get 10% off if you go through my link, which is actually cheaper than they have it on the site right now. And so if you're interested in using the broker that I use today and that Mitch and I use every day, you can check out my link, and I just posted it in the chat. No PDT rule and cheap commissions for the most part if you use small sizing. Not a lot of penny stocks though, so do your research, but just posted the link if you're interested in checking that out. EA actually has this nice little wedge here, this ascending wedge. We'll see what we get with it. I mean, it's following it relatively well. We'll see if it gets rejected here, if it breaks here. If it breaks here, it could get interesting. But watching that 79.65 level right there for EA. Nice, Mike. Have a good day, brother. See you tomorrow, man. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I did with APHA. If you caught the APHA trade, that's what I did. I don't really like scaling into it as much. I'd rather prefer to scale out of it. Um, and so I got in up here at 10:05, sold partial at right around 990, and then sold the rest at around 980. And so I scaled out of it. I don't know if I really like scaling into it because I want to make sure I get that full 1-to-1 target. I don't want to get into the habit of adding to a position in the wrong way. Later, Justin. But yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about with AMD. Ended up bouncing back and rebounding here. It might be a fade. I mean, if it gets up to the VWAP, it could be a fade with the risk of 23.90. Yeah, for sure. I agree with you, Todd. I mean, the SPY's bouncing some. But with EA specifically, I mean, it has that very obvious wedge here that it's kind of followed fairly well. James said, why won't my stock sell when I have it listed to sell at a certain price and the market hits that price? It depends on what kind of order you have, man. A limit order is only going to get you filled at that exact price. A market stop or a market order will fill you at the best possible price, but there's no ceiling on it, so it's a little bit more risky. Just depends on what you're trying to do. Right, but it also depends on what the level 2 was at, like what the bid and ask was at. Even if the chart shows it popping over it, if the bid and the ask, or it depends on if you're long or short. But if the bid or ask don't actually hit that number, even if the chart shows it above it, then, it might not trigger your stop. But yeah, AMD ended up bouncing back, which is kind of like I said, opening range might be a decent scalp play for some of these moves, but it's just going to be tough to get that full 1-to-1 target. Like that full 1-to-1 target would be all the way down here. And I think that may be a little bit unreasonable of an expectation from it. And so, like I said, I'll probably trade the opening range breakout moving forward, but only when the opening range is smaller. If the opening range is over 40 cents, it's going to be tough to get that full 1-to-1 target relative to AMD's actual range on the day. And so I think that's a reasonable way to approach it, if that makes sense. Later, James. Have a good day, brother. Yeah, at this point, I'd be looking at AMD for a fade if it gets up to the VWAP. It kind of pulled back a little bit early, but if it would have gotten up here, a decent fade, tight risk reward at least for it. You could do a risk of 23.90 right here where all this resistance was. I think that's an understandable trade too. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close it down probably, guys. Like I said, if you're interested in using the broker that Mitch and I use, you can check out TradeNet. It's the broker that Mitch and I use every day that you see us trade here. And so if you're interested in using that broker, I just posted the link. You get 10% off TradeNet packages, which is cheaper than what they have on their site right now. And so we also make a commission from it. It's one of the ways we keep this live stream always free. And so if you want to use the broker we use, you can go check out that link and help support the channel. Also, shout out to Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas is cool enough to let me stream their scans. I believe today is the last day of their winter test drive where you can try Trade Ideas out for a week for I think it's like $8 to $10. I can't remember exactly how much it is, but shout out to Trade Ideas. And if you're interested, you can go check out that link I just posted here as well if you want to check out the scanner that Mitch and I use right here. So go check those out. But yeah, I'm done for the day. One profitable trade in the books with the VWAP fade. We'll see what the rest of the week brings me, but if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We day trade live on stream every weekday morning starting at 8:30 market time. And so if you want to watch us trade live every weekday, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you appreciate us doing this and appreciate the free live stream, click the like button right now in this video and help support the channel. So if you could click the like button, we really appreciate it. And yeah, green day. Green is good. I'll take it. We'll see what tomorrow brings. But like I said, good luck. I don't think I'm going to post a video today. I'm honestly not feeling that good today. So I'll probably just wait and maybe post a recap video tomorrow or at the end of the week or something like that. But yeah, good luck, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow, same time as always. And have a good day. Good luck in the market, guys. I appreciate it, Eddie. We hope you come back tomorrow, man. Thanks, brother. Shout out to Mike as well for the $5 donation. Appreciate it, Mike. And later, guys. Have a good one.